Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an update on my next project that I get to work on. If I haven't introduced myself before, my name is Brent with Cameron Fabrications, and I'm a mobile rig welder in Gulfport, Mississippi, and I'm operating out of my dad's shop in Long Beach, Mississippi. And what I do with my equipment, as you can kind of see behind me here, I've got a Miller 302 air pack that I use for mobile welding, sandblasting, art gouging, battery jump starting on this over here. And my latest project that I'm getting to work on, I'm about to show you in a minute, is two trailers that a customer brought over to me. He operates a dangerous tree removal business down here on the Gulf Coast. What we've got here for his skid steer, skid steer goes on the back, and on the front we've got this storage area, compartment if you will. And what he wants done is what we have over here on the sides right here. It kind of keeps his coolers and, you know, gasoline cans, diesel cans, rakes, shovels, miscellaneous, whatever, for tool storage. He wants this added to the new trailer that he just bought. So no scratches on or anything, and we want to make this new trailer function like this old one. The other thing that we're going to be doing to this new trailer is, as you can see on the back of this, they've got these rails in here made out of some 3/8 angle iron, 6" by 4", and he uses those to guide the skid steer up on top. And we're going to add some D-rings to the new trailer, but helps him position the skid steer left to right and get the unit in the same spot every single time he loads it up. So we don't have what happened to this fender that we're going to have to replace as well. As you can see, it's been kind of crushed and all that, so that these prevent that right there from happening. So new trailer, make it like the old one. And the other project that I've got going on is all the structural repairs that have to be made to this one right here, just from, you know, years and years of use. It's been repaired several times before, but what I'm gonna have to do is take off this this fender well that's, you know, as you can see back behind there, it is all beat up. So we're gonna have to art gouge, cut all this out, and the support bar that's up underneath here, that's all gonna have to be cut loose, and all the welds back here to get this old fender out and the new one in place. But the fun part that I'm really looking forward to is repairing all the structural welds on this frame. Let me walk around to the other side of the trailer, and if you can see up underneath there, kind of towards just past so they reinforced the frame. They got a smaller piece of channel iron in there that cut down to length or to height. There's a crack right behind it. It goes up maybe almost all the way up to the top. So there's really not much holding this whole trailer together. It is definitely not safe. You know, they got it over here, but definitely it is time to get this thing fixed before it goes out on the road and, you know, carries a skid steer that weighs, you know, however many thousands, tens of thousands, 15,000 pounds. So I'm gonna have to cut that whole frame rail out and fix it properly. And if you can see over here, we got some more of that. So whoever fixed it prior did not fix this correctly. As you can see up in here at the top, it's a crack. So what they did is they just put a piece of 1/4" material on top of the crack, and that's not the right way to do it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to come in here, I'm gonna have to art gouge all this off, probably tack a piece up on here just to hold the side of the trailer together, so it doesn't move on me. So I'm gonna have to think about it and put some jack stands underneath here to support it, just make sure everything's nice and safe before we cut everything loose, because that might be the only thing holding this side of the trailer together, is that little piece right there. But it's already completely broken on one side and not enough penetration. It's definitely the wrong way to do it. So I'm going to get all that cut out, support it underneath some jack stands. Then we're going to arc gouge the crack, do a full pin weld with some flux core wire. I might do either flux core or some 7018s. I don't know how I made up my mind on it, but it's gonna be a fun little project. I can't really wait to get into that, cut all this out and fix it properly. All right, now I've got the fender cut off the side of this trailer. A little bit of arc gouge in action. Keep them off pretty easy. It's a bunch of welds that aren't even welded anything. They're just sitting there. Look at this little Jeep. Oh, thank you. There's a skid steer riding down the road on this. Glad this is getting fixed. And here's someone else's repair. You can still see, it looks to be like a crack there down there in the bottom. I'm gonna have to cut all that out. So, there we go, it's coming along. The previous repair just consisted of taking this thing. Let me just go ahead and cover that whole crack up. So just put this, put it over there. No one's ever gonna know, right? It's completely separated. This right here? Yeah. Good. Good stuff. Hey everybody, it's the next day. I'm still working on this utility trailer, the skid steer trailers that started on the other day, last week. So I'm about to get started on getting this thing welded up. As you can see here, got it ground out. You can see the separation between this 1/4 inch, 5/16, maybe 3/8 plate up here on the top. So that's been added on. I don't know if it's from the factory or aftermarket. And what you can see, that line separation is the original channel iron, C-channel from the factory. So I've got it all cleaned up using spur motor right here, get it down and cleaned up. So I'm about to do a 6-10 root pass. Then I'm going to finish it out with 7018 instead of doing flux core wire. So that's the first one. This over here, that still has a lot more work to do. That crack is pretty big, pretty wide. So I've still got to get some more work on this, getting it cleaned up, straightened out, and you can even see the gap between the original C-channel and the channel iron that was put on the inside of the frame back there. So it's not cleaned up yet, but it will be before that thing gets welded out. That's going to look more like that over there. So there you go. Let's get after it. All right, we're about to get to arc gouging this piece out that somebody put over it. I'm going to gouge that out all right there. I'm going to have to come down this whole edge and all that, throwing fire everywhere. I love it. Hey, look what I found. Look at that big old gnarly crack in this frame. Hey everyone, next day on the job site. So still working on the frame repair for skid steer trailer. I got all this buttoned up with the crack that was all right there, all the way through, all on the underside, all that fixed. Got this section completely reinforced. The crack was fixed first, then I put some 1/4 inch plate over the top of it, and you can see multiple passes all the way around it. And then old machine, got all my leads, air lines strung out. I got that side all fixed up. Got a little bit more welds down at the bottom to clean up a little bit, another pass or two. And what I'm working on this morning is boxing in this frame using 1/4 inch, 6-inch wide flat bar. So that's the next thing to do, strengthen this frame up. From the factory is only 6-inch channel iron, so it needs to be boxed up so to prevent this from happening again. On the new trailer, this one's made out of 8-inch wide channel iron, and you can see it's doubled up with some 6-inch below that. So not going to box in this frame. We got the hydraulics and stuff over there. Can't put any heat near any of that. This thing looks just much better made from the factory, and this whole setup right here with the hydraulic ram, just the way it's designed and reinforced, it's just a superior trailer. So that's not going to be needed. So got some steel to cut. It's going to be hot, but you know what, this is fun stuff. I love doing this. So let me know if you've got any projects like this that you need to be done. Be happy to do it for you. This is Brent from Cameron Fabrications. Talk to you later. Hey everyone, it's another day. I'm still working on the 2 skid steer trailers. Kind of gotten to a stopping point on the older one that had the frame repairs. I've got pretty much all the welding done. I think I've got to check over it, just make sure I got everything buttoned up. I think we're about ready to put a wrap on that. I do have a clearance issue with the trailer deck. The frame's not exactly straight, you know, kind of par for the course. Unexpected things that just take longer, but it has to be addressed so it functions correctly. When it's all said and done, this trailer is going to be a lot stronger than it ever was from the factory. So the frame has now been boxed in, fully welded on the top and stitch welded on the bottom. Did a combination of the self-shielded flux core wire on the bottom just for access, ease of welding to the flux core on the bottom, and 70/18s stick welding up on the top. This morning, as you can probably hear, just fighting weather, rain, hit and miss pretty much all day long. So it's like drag tools out, get a little bit of work done, put up the extension cord. So I've been kind of hop, skipping and jumping around between cutting metal, laying out metal, running the torch as much as I can, just getting stuff that I know I'm going to need cut to length. Yeah, pretty much all of that done, but the rain's picked up, so now I've moved to underneath the shop, the other garage, and I'm about to get started on this fender. As you can see here, they had a tire blowout and ripped this really thin gauge sheet metal up bad. It was actually made in 2 separate pieces. There's a weld right in the middle. This side over here it's not bad, so I don't see a reason to cut it out and just waste more time, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to cut the thinner sheet, cut this out, replace it. The customer was going to just replace the whole fender, but then he called me up and said, "Can you just replace that sheet metal?" And I said, "Sure, it's not a problem. I already got the metal at the shop, and it'll be a lot cheaper to repair that than it is to replace the whole fender." No telling what one of those tandem axle fenders run nowadays with steel prices the way that they are. Anyway, let's put down the phone, get on the clock, get something done today. Bye. Hey, thank you everyone for watching. So it was great to have you. So stay tuned for more videos from Brent with Cameron Fabrications. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.